Hello, this is NLR Brown of NLRBrown.com, and I have a confession to make. I am addicted to peppermint essential oil. Yep, I admit it. And in today's video, I'm going to talk with you about my favorite uses of peppermint essential oil. So peppermint along with lavender are arguably two of the most popular essential oils and the most well known, and for a lot of good reasons. I would have to say that if I could only really choose two essential oils that I had to have, it would be peppermint and lavender. They just are must-haves in my opinion, and they're very versatile essential oils. So one of the ways that I really like to use it is to just take a couple drops, just rub it under my nose and breathe in deep to help clear out my sinuses. As somebody who's had a lot of sinus issues in the past, and I actually had surgery on my sinuses in 2007, my sinuses get clogged quite a bit, and peppermint really helps open up those airways for easier breathing. And then the other thing I always like to do with it is I like to take a few drops and just rub it on my wrists and just inhale, like for that afternoon slump, to help me give me a little bit more energizing. And a lot of times I like to combine it with wild orange. It's a really good combo to do. The other thing I also sometimes will do is, especially on a really hot summer day to help cool me down a little bit, I'll just put one drop in a glass of water and drink it. And this method also works really well if you're struggling with a little bit of an upset stomach too. So, you can use it kind of like a much stronger version of a peppermint tea. So that's a really good way to use peppermint essential oil. Then the other way you can do it is, fortunately I just got back from the chiropractor, but this morning when I first woke up, I had a little bit of like that kink in your neck feeling where it's kind of almost like you've slept funny on the wrong pillow or whatever. And that's another way you can use peppermint, is you can just put a couple drops right at the spot where you've got a little bit of that kink neck. Or if you have like a little bit of tension in your forehead, you can just rub it a little bit on your forehead. And that will really help quite a bit. And then the other thing you can do is, if you're wanting to cool your entire body down, is you can put a couple of drops on the big toe and ankle of your foot and then put a cotton sock over it, and then the peppermint will absorb up and through your entire system. So, those are just a lot of my favorite ways to use peppermint. The other thing you can also do is put like a drop with some warm water and maybe even some saline solution into a neti pot, and then use the neti pot to rinse your sinuses, and that will actually help clean them out even more than just what I did earlier, where I just put a drop or two underneath my nose and breathed it in. So, in a nutshell, those are my favorite ways to use peppermint, although I also really like it combined with a lot of things in like a diffuser. So like a couple drops of peppermint and lavender, or peppermint and eucalyptus works really well too. Sometimes even peppermint and lemon combined you can put into a diffuser and diffuse it. Yeah, so it is a semi-hot oil, so for a lot of people you may need to also combine a couple drops with a carrier oil before you put it on your feet or your neck or your forehead, or any other kind of place of your body. You also really do not want to put it in bath water at all, because it will sting you. It is a really hot oil in that sense. So I tried that once and I was like, oh, I'm never doing this again. So, unfortunately peppermint is not one of those oils that you ever want to put, even if you combine it with like Epsom salts or something. It just doesn't work very well. So that's one way you don't want to use it. But otherwise, works really great. Really awesome oil. Highly recommend you always having some peppermint oil on hand. So if you want to learn more about all essential oils, including peppermint, you'll find the link below this video. And if you'd like to subscribe and join me, follow along with me, and see some of my other videos, that would be great as well. So take care, thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day.